Three.
Know that three commissioners are here. Mr. Nettleton has medical leave. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Give us a chance to stand up.
Y'all need to wake up.
We don't have any minutes. So let's, anybody, citizens' comments, anybody want to speak? The form was there, so I didn't get any, so I don't think we have any. All right, item number 6. I don't really want to have any action on this item. What I want to do is I want feedback from the commissioners. Right now, we're not charging anything for the fairgrounds LED. It's public information, but sometimes there's people that want to put a video in it. Now, the video does take more electricity. If you guys want me to charge for using the video, right now what we're doing is charging for parts of the fairgrounds. If you want to use a parking lot, if you want to use a pavilion, if you want to use the whole fairgrounds, we charge. Now, this LED lighting, we put the event up there, but sometimes some people want to put a video, which takes longer. I just want to feedback. I don't want, if you want me to start charging, we can research and see what Verde, what Kerrville, what other places charge for using a video on the LED lighting. I think we should charge, it's an extra service that we provide, not just to display the event, but the whole video. But it's up to the court. If they want me to, I'll research it, and I will bring back how much the other counties charge for using the LED lighting for the video. Commissioner?
I think it's a great idea, Judge, for the sign to generate money. The only question that I have is legalities involved,
But right now, we're not going to act on it. I just want
but just to
information.
get an idea.
So I can bring information.
The contract,
So I can bring information and then put it together as a contract and give it to legal to see how it looks. But I want some direction from the court, because like I said, like George Paul, not only that they used a LED sign, they put a video, so it takes more electricity. It's a different service that we're providing for them, except more of a service that we're providing for the person who rents the fairgrounds. I want some direction from the court.
And the thing, the sign costs some money, so
Right.
so we need to generate money to pay for it. And
Right. Commissioner Owens, any feedback?
No, Judge, well, I voted against the sign altogether, but my only concern would be is that we don't get into can we start renting it other than the individuals that are there at the fairgrounds?
Right.
That would be one of my only concerns.
Yeah, well, right now, if it's a public information, we don't charge at all. We don't have a problem with that.
No, what I'm saying is that we don't start renting the sign out to other businesses or whatever that have nothing to do, or don't have anything going on at the fairgrounds. That way we're not competing against
Right.
other
No,
businesses.
this is part of the rental, so it'd be another extra service that we provide when you want to
No, that's what I'm
rent.
saying. That would be my only concern.
Okay. So do you want me to research it to see?
I'm sure there has to be some type of, a little bit of a charge because
Right.
we are providing another service.
But because we use more electricity, that's no problem.
Mhm.
Commissioner Wardlow?
I would check to see how Uvalde does it, Kerrville.
Okay.
They've got their,
Okay, so the direction from the court is to look into it and bring it back, see what's reasonable charge for using remember, it's only the video, it's not just the event, but the video will have to pertain to the event that goes on the fairground. Okay? So we'll bring it back on the next meeting when we do some research. Thank you. My next, item 7, discuss possible action for the use of alcohol fuels at midnight mandate softball tournament. Need a motion for that?
Motion to approve?
Motion and a second.
Second.
Second, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, all those opposed, nobody. 4-0. All right, item 8, we have here, what it is it's not going to cost us anything right now, but before we can look into how much the investment's going to be, I want Mr. Stephen Nelson to come up here. He's going to do a slide presentation on it.
Judge Valdez, Commissioners, appreciate the time. My name is Stephen Nelson. I'm from Houston. And And I've been installing LED lighting in schools and government entities like your county for about 10 years now. My company is Valderrama Energy Services, and we're a woman-owned, minority-owned business. My wife owns the company, and we go out and count the lights basically at facilities like your county, and design an energy-efficient lighting project around that, a detailed scope of work that would show a cost savings and a payback for implementing LED lighting across the county's facilities. And I'm here today to ask for your support to engage with the county for us to develop that scope of work at no cost and no obligation to the county. We just want to engage, take at risk developing this project, and come back after we've developed it and present it back to the county to see if it makes sense for you all to move forward. The only obligation we're asking for is to seriously consider contracting with us if it makes sense to the county. You should have handouts here, but just two other charts I want to go through real quickly. We provide our contract through a purchasing co-op called TIPS. We've been thoroughly vetted already by this TIPS organization, so you could make a procurement through TIPS if you've done your due diligence and want to work with us, so it makes it easier to procure through us.
I've got one question real quick.
Sure.
Where you're going. And he might have answered it. He goes through the process. We have to go back out for bids or whatever in case we don't. Okay. Okay, that'll work.
So everybody does due diligence a different way. You've probably had other people come in and look at lighting or tell you here's what you can expect, or some people have experience with it directly, so you know what you should expect. We'll provide a detailed energy analysis. You can see at the bottom of this chart barely. That we'd come back and present to you building by building. Here's what the cost savings and payback would be. We'd come back with a line-by-line scope of work that you can evaluate to say, hey, at the fairgrounds, they're proposing to do this. This is what the cost and payback would be. At the sheriff's office, this is what the cost and payback would be. So it would be detailed for y'all to review, make your decision, and you could procure directly from us at that point if you want. Okay?
I'll go ahead and make a motion. I mean, this is like a second or third time we've talked about it.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to, have you go out and look at our buildings, bring us back a package. And like you just said, if we can go building by building, because we're not going to be able to do all of them at the same time. Let's be realistic. So, I mean, if you can break it down like that.
Yeah, by building.
Yeah. And then we can move forward like that. And I think you answered the question right now. We won't have to go out back out for bids, if it suits the county.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, there's a motion, a second. Any more questions and discussion? Okay, not. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 4-0. Stephen, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, item 9, discuss possible action to declare following items as surplus property and property disposition. Disposition may not be, but not limited, be auctioned, reassigned, recycled, destroyed, or donated miscellaneous metal, equipment no longer in use, precinct 1.
Motion to approve.
Motion? Second. Any questions?
Judge, would that be also part of number 13? Or, because there's a wheel item there also?
I believe that's the one at the very bottom.
The
Okay.
one on the very bottom.
All right.
Okay. There's a motion and a second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 4-0. All right, item 10, discuss possible action regarding the Verde County entry into a monthly lease agreement with Pitney Bowes to provide mail postal service for Keys Office 3.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, need a motion for that?
Let's see, our current pricing is $165.78, and the pricing would be $218.91 on a 3-year contract.
And that's what you're recommending?
Yes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 4-0. Item 11, discuss possible action regarding Verde County into the monthly agreement with Pitney Bowes to provide mailing postal service for the county attorney's office.
Current price on the contract is $200.82. The new, I'm sorry, the current contract is $288, and the new one will be $200.82. I recommend it.
Motion approved.
Motion, second, Commissioner Flores. Okay, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, nobody.
Roy, is there, we got room in there, we have to do it.
I haven't looked at it, but I'm sure we're gonna have to do something to the increased amount, not the decreased amount.
That would make sense, right? Yeah.
I don't know, you talked about there's
There's-
53, 10, $20.
Well, there's $53 more on the first one, and there's an $82 savings on the second one.
Right, so I don't.
We could discuss, you might wanna add to transfer funds to cover those, that account for the rest of the year from, you pick the account, I mean, we're gonna come back eventually and say, there's money, you know.
Judge, can we go back to item 10?
Yeah, we can go back to item 10.
Because item 11, basically, you have a savings.
Yeah, that'd be a savings.
To clarify, I guess that's what you're trying to get to, is where we're gonna get the money.
Yeah, we can adjust these three accounts, because one of those going to be savings, and the other two that's going to be, we're going to be offsetting three, so we can adjust it.
Okay, well, one of them's 82 and then the 53, so you've got about $30 between 1 and 2 that you still have funds.
Correct.
The last one, I have a $20, plus 20, so in all reality, we're still $10 in the good.
Right. No, one, we're saving 200, the other one is.
Well, he said that it was $282.
82 cents.
And 82 cents.
There's just,
$200 was 82.
with 82 cents. That's an $88 savings on that one. or 80
And then there was
cents.
$53, the first one was
Mhm,
going to
It was
cost
an
us.
increase of 53, yes.
So you're a $30 difference,
Net, yes.
right? And then on the one on the bottom, it says
$20.
$20.
Right.
So I mean, we're still $10 in the good, right?
Mhm. Right.
So we should be okay.
Yeah, we're going to be fine, I'm just going to need, to do those journal
You-
entries.
Okay.
Those are
Do you need a
measures.
special motion from us to do it, or you're okay?
I probably will, let's be safe.
Do it?
We don't have an agenda item for it.
Okay, so you could bring it back?
I'll bring it back.
Okay,
Okay.
we're good.
All right. All right, item 12, discuss possible regarding a copy of contract with the Office of Veterans Office.
Current contract is for, $248.98. New contract is $254.59, I'm sorry.
So it's an increase of 20.
Yes.
Need a motion?
Motion to approve. Second.
Second?
And then if you'll bring it back to do whatever entries needed to tear it up.
Okay, we have a motion, second, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 4-0. Item 13, discussion and possible action to declare the following items surplus property and property disposition made, but not limited to auction, reassigned, recycled, destroyed, or donated.
Motion to approve, and Judge, we had, I think 4 years ago, 5 years ago, if the precincts or the departments had paid for this, which the ones that say fairground, the fairgrounds money was used,
Okay.
that money would go, make sure that money is specific and goes back to the fairgrounds. And precinct 1 to make sure that money goes to precinct 1. That's part of my motion.
Okay, part of the motion.
So all these are getting special revenue accounts then, or?
We had made, I think probably 5 years ago, there was a court order that because the departments, and especially, like the precincts, and I think even the sheriff's office, we were buying the equipment, and then what would happen is when we'd sell it, that money would go back into the general fund. But there's a court order stating that, and you'll even see in the precincts, there's actually an auction account. So we might need to create something for right now only for,
So that money is saved in perpetuity until it's.
yes, sir, until it's used.
Now, why isn't that money hit on the next equipment purchase as opposed to using general fund money?
And it's up to that department, and we can get to that when it's brought up.
So
We just need to make sure right now that money's set aside in the
The
account.
money aside, the issue we're coming up with is we're selling equipment, we're hoarding the cash, using general fund money to deplete our budget,
Okay.
but we still hold on to that.
And if
cash
you want,
and build up
when they come in, and if those accounts that have that money, if you'll bring that up at that point, then we can look at it at that time. I know that I try to use all my money, and I think he had, all of us have.
Okay.
That was the district attorney's concern over the truck. We were gonna sell his truck out and he'd lose money.
Yeah, we won't do that. We actually have a court order.
That came up,
Sure. Right. I think this is talking about surplus equipment.
right.
Okay.
All right?
There's a motion, I need a second for that?
Second.
Okay. There's a motion, a second, any more discussion? Not all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. 4-0. Item 14, possible action regarding payment of extra purchase not complying with current purchase policy.
He's back here, maybe. Who didn't follow? Who didn't follow?
My department did, we paid $4.58.
Oh, my God.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, you know. All right,
Motion to approve.
motion to approve, second.
Yeah, I guess I'll second it.
Okay.
You know, if you'll make a motion now.
Well, I will.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for you.
There's a motion and a second, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 4-0. Item 15, discussion and possible action to allow Roger Stern in his capacity as city planner to explore the possibility of entering into a local agreement with the city of Del Rio pursuant to Texas Government Code, 242-001, section D, parentheses D3.
Thank you,
Hi,
Judge.
Dennis.
I'm pleased to be joined today by my counterpart in the city, Janice Cochran, who I believe really needs no introduction. Janice has really been one of the bright spots in my tenure as when I act as county planner in subdivision regulations. And no, Lewis, it hasn't been used. Anyway, Janice is and I have always look for manners or ways to cut the cost of services to the general public and expedite things as rapidly as we can. And of course, one of the areas that is really costly to the average citizen, and you know, it's very common, we'll have one next month, we had several last month. Replats is a good example, where an individual, for some reason or another, decides that they want to replat their property. It might be because there was an encroachment issue, or it could be because they want to pass it on to a relative or sell it. And this person, of course, has to obtain the services of an engineer to prepare a plat. And then, according to the Texas Local Governmental Code, the process starts with the county, pursuant to Chapter 232, Subchapter B. And, of course, that requires that we publish the replat, a hearing for the replat, 30 days, the first publication 30 days prior to the hearing, sometime in the middle, and then one publication 1 week before the hearing. Of course, the citizens will pay for that publication, and then we have to send out letters, registered letters to everybody within 200 feet of the affected property, and that's another cost that the citizen is going to have to pay. It generally winds up costing them $250 to $300 plus what they're going to pay the engineer with the county. But here's the kicker. According to the fact that we are one of the subchapter 232B counties, we have a 5-mile jurisdiction and extraterritorial jurisdiction. Then that citizen has to go to Janice or the engineer, and the exact process is duplicated, correct?
Yes, sir.
The same cost, the same time element, she has to publish it, she has to take it to her, first, I guess, to planning and zoning, is that correct? And then ultimately to the council. So it's a double cost to the citizen, and not only that, the time element can run into maybe 3 months, 4 months. Janice and I have visited on many occasions and tried to do something that would eliminate this double process. And we came across Texas Local Governmental Code 242.001 with regulation of subdivisions in extraterritorial jurisdiction. There was a copy of this in all of your packets. Did y'all get one?
Yes, we did,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
And one of the options that we have as a city and a county is to apportion a part of that extraterritorial jurisdiction to the city, where they would have, it would just be one process, and another portion to the county. And of course, that would simplify it for the person that's trying to obtain this service. Janice and I believe that the simplest way to apportion this is where city water has been extended, that portion should be apportioned to the city. They would have sole jurisdiction over plats and replatting and certificates of compliance and any other related subdivision permit. Wherever there is no city water, that would be apportioned to the county. Correct. And then the county the process would only be once at the city, if it was apportioned to the city, once at the county, in the area apportioned to the county. And what I'm asking the court today is for approval for Janice and I to start working to involve the county attorney's office along with the city attorney's office.
To come up with a plan?
Sir?
To come up with a plan?
With an interlocal
And then bring it
agreement.
back?
Yeah,
Okay.
but the interlocal
Do
agreement.
you need a motion for that, or can you?
I would prefer a motion to that.
I'll make the motion that you begin the process, and visit with the county and city attorneys to come back.
Second? Second. Okay, there's a motion, a second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 4-0.
I want to thank
Thank you,
you.
Janice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roger. Thank you for working both of you together.
It's going to save us a lot of money.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Time.
All right, item 16, I got word from Mr. Jordan that it was not posted correctly for doing any action.
Your Honor, it's just not specific enough to take action on.
So we need to table it?
Or, yeah, just,
Motion to table.
sure.
There's a motion to table.
Second.
Yeah, according
I'm sorry, what?
to our attorney, we don't have enough to act on it.
On 16?
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Weingart, do you want to explain what the item was supposed to be? I read through it and I didn't understand what.
She's
Judge
just
Cole
trying to
said.
do a budget amendment to her special revenue fund. I mean, we do budget amendments all the time to different funds.
And so what does the amendment involve?
She wants to move money out of travel and training to second. I mean, she's not here to speak about it, so I don't know why.
Sure, well, if she's moving money around, that's what would need to be in the agenda item, so that we
Yeah.
know where the money's
Travel
coming
and
from.
But a budget amendment means we're moving money.
But they're not being specific where to get
The
the
public
money
needs to know
from to
where-
move it. I mean, that's the way I read it, but I don't know. I might be wrong.
So even if she came up here to speak about it, that's.
Well, where are you gonna get the money from? Where are you gonna move it to?
Right, no, I'm just for future reference, so that department has to state that in their budget amendment, not come up and talk about their budget amendment?
I think they've done it before where they say from office supplies to travel
Right,
and
they have
training.
done, you're absolutely right, they have done that, but we've also done budget amendment and contingency to this place to that place without a.
I just asked because I'm sitting here looking at it. I mean, we worked on stuff with less than this on it.
That's why I just want to know for the future, I'm not trying to be an advocate for precinct 3 up here, but I just need to know the process. Are we having to list line items and amounts? Or we just
And I
want to
don't want to go against council, but I mean, we really have worked with, and that's what I was asking right now.
Mhm.
If we had a previous agenda, so I could actually say, we
And
worked with less.
They're probably out there.
Yeah, no, I know there is.
Right, okay.
I'm going to withdraw my second.
Okay.
I,
So the motion to
I
table
think,
dies. So do you want to make a motion? on
and I know where Gus Flores, or Commissioner Flores has come from, he's trying to, I mean, you're
No,
trying to
it's
do what's legal.
because, I mean, I've done budget amendments, but
With less than
I
this.
indicate where the money's coming from and where it's going to. But, I mean, it's no biggie, I mean, whatever y'all wanna do.
I mean, I just think we've worked with less than this, and I mean, if you could give us an explanation as to where it's coming from, where it's going,
Well, yeah, I mean, that'd be the proper thing to do.
Expressing what her intentions were.
if you don't mind,
Why they.
and then we can go
Or
from there.
represented.
But the issue isn't that it's up for discussion in front of the court, it's that the public needed notice of what was going to happen during court. And the agenda item isn't specific enough to give the public notice of what is going on with this item.
Well,
What was she asking for?
She doesn't have a travel and training line item in her special revenue budget. When she filed it with the judge during budget time, she just wanted to create a line item so she can move money into that special revenue, into that line item, so that she can do some training that involved technology.
But she wants to create a line item. Now, you saying that? That she wants to create a line item?
and that line item, can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
That line item would be a budget amendment
It would be, yes.
as stated within this part of the budget, as stated in number 16, she's trying to do a budget amendment, and it states that it's a budget amendment that she's requesting.
Yeah,
Right.
That's
according
how
to,
they're made up, yeah.
according to Jason, and then the posting on the agenda has to say what you're gonna do specifically with that line. Right,
She wants to
Jason?
move money within her budget?
Correct.
Judge, that's right. The issue, where's this money coming from that's going to be added to the new line item?
From her special revenue
From
fund.
special revenue.
I'll make the motion to be approved.
Okay, there's a motion.
I'm gonna second.
Okay, there's a motion, second to approve it this way. There's a motion, a second. Any more questions? Commissioner Flores?
No, I'm
Okay, go
Who did
ahead.
the second, sir?
Commissioner
second.
Owens.
Okay, thank
Okay. Okay, there's a motion, a second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, all those opposed? Nobody?
Okay, so for the future, we found budget amendments. We want to state line item and numbers.
Right.
Well, you gotta be specific. I mean, just give us a little history of what you wanna do,
Okay.
you know.
Especially for the public.
It just has to be enough to give the public notice of what's going on.
Okay.
And I asked a question right now because we have acted on
Yes.
less. Yes. And I'm not trying to throw rocks at you because I know you're doing your job, but we have acted on
Okay.
less.
Thank you. All right. Towards you, yeah. All right, item 17, discuss possible action on salary for chief deputy position. And we had talked about it, Sheriff and I had talked, and I think he discussed with some people. And I think there was a typo on item 24A. Could you state that?
Yes, the court previously approved on March the 13th, on a motion for a salary increase for the chief deputy position from the current 53,319 to what this motion reads, 56,319, so it should actually read 56,131.19.
So the motion that the court was for 56, what?
56,131.19.
And that was a motion for the chief deputy position, not the individual that was there.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so in reality, you already have a court action for the 56,130.
Yes, sir, it's order number 17-115.
So what do you need from us?
No, what, he wanted to discuss why it was a misprint on the
Okay.
cell.
So you already have a commissioner's court order?
Yes, from,
Well, you have a commissioner's court order,
yes, sir.
so why would you need anything from us?
So we're gonna
Sorry.
take, we don't
I'm
need to take
No, we
action on
don't
this.
we don't
Would-
need to take action. He just wanted to say that the
Okay.
the
Would you be,
print on
would you be
24A
more
was
comfortable
wrong.
if we did it all over again?
I would, just the fact that a court can encumber the next court.
Okay.
It was the same court.
It's okay. Y'all are gonna argue over something there. We've already done, give me the exact number, 56.
56,131.19.
And I will make the motion that that position go to 56,131.19 because that's what the previous court had already set that.
But I thought there was a court order there, I mean,
But he
so we have
wants
to
it
take
to, he wants it to
action.
be a little bit clearer.
Why, he understands.
Okay.
You understand the process? Well, I mean, Mr. Owens is just.
Okay, there's a motion. I need a second.
The motion was for $56,131.19 for the chief deputy position. Yes.
In the base pay.
And
As approved by the
as
previous.
approved by the previous court. There you
In
go,
the base
Judge.
pay. In the base pay.
Yeah.
Then why wasn't the base pay adjusted on the budget that you guys approved?
My motion is, and I understand, and we can get into this argument, but my motion is that that salary, that position right now, because the previous court did approve it, and we all sat here and approved it, so I'm just clarifying it, go to $56,131.19.
So this is correction then, right?
Right, yeah. Okay, there's a motion, I need to, did you second that one?
No, I didn't.
Okay, anybody want to second it?
Second.
Okay, second. Okay, there's a motion and a second, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, all those opposed, nobody, 4-0.
And if we'll circle that one when we start our budget process,
17.
and we'll fix it, yes, sir.
Okay. All right. All right, next, item 18, discussion of option to extend the term of the contract HSBP 101-7P00268, starting June the 1st, 2018 through May 31st, 2019, between Verde Correctional Facility and DHS Customs and Border Protection.
This is a extension of the current contract that's in place now. That is set to expire May 30th, so it's just an extension of the same contract.
Okay. Need a motion?
Motion approved.
Motion, I need a second. Second, all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, all those opposed?
I vote for it, Judge. I'm
Four,
sorry.
okay, 4-0. All right, next, item 19, discuss possible action, authorize the Sheriff Joe Frank Martinez to sign memorandum of understanding between Verde Sheriff's Office and Slide Tac Training Solutions, LLC.
This is an MOU. One of our deputies on his own went and got additional training, and he wants to be able to utilize the facilities that we have to Texas peace officers, and the county will get some benefit from the usage of the gun range. And I'll let him, if you have any questions.
I got one before it starts. Did we look at the contract? This is what had come before us before, and then we were gonna look at the contract.
Yes, sir. Mr. Fuentes is still working on amending the contract, so we're not going to be able to take any action on it today. There's still liability issues outstanding with it.
Okay, so we need a motion to table it until the...
Motion to table.
But if you had questions about the program, just because there was
You wanna go ahead and go through it?
some confusion before.
Okay, did you second that before we just, did you second it?
Seconded it.
Okay, go ahead.
No, no, he seconded it, so.
No, for
He can
discussion.
come back.
Okay, all right. There's a motion to table and a second. Okay, we'll come back on it. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Thank you. Item 20, discussion and possible action authorizing the Sheriff Joe Frank Martinez to dispose of surplus salvage material from the gun range and deposit funds into the reserve account to be used for the gun range, range training and special events.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second, any discussion? Not all those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. 5-0. Thank you. 4-0?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, item 21, discuss possible regarding the, we have no information on that. or-
Good morning, Judge
Agreement
Commissioners.
contract.
As directed by the Commissioner's order last meeting, I had a chance to sit down with both our depositories, their representatives, and we have been, we've agreed to the terms, to continue the same terms that we had from the agreements that was done 2 years ago. And I'll be honest with you, the rates that we're getting are probably some of the best rates we will be able to get from both banks.
So you need a motion to keep the same,
To renew the agreement for the next 2 years.
okay, need a
Motion to approve.
Okay, second. Okay, all those in favor?
I'm gonna go ahead and abstain. One of the banks, I want to work that.
Okay, 3-0-1, one abstention. Thank you. Item 22, monthly treasury report.
This report does require action and approval. This is not a preliminary report.
Okay,
Motion to approve.
motion approved. Need a second?
Second.
Second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, nobody. 3-2. Item 23, discuss possible action on adding fund account to copy of expense for HR budget.
Good morning, Judge,
Good morning.
Commissioners.
Need to
This
be
item
careful.
was requested by Mr. Miskey that the line item be added to my budget to cover the copier that we're gonna be networking between risk management, HR, and purchasing. I don't have the account in my budget.
You have the funds?
No, she doesn't have a line item
Oh,
for
okay.
copier expense, because they've been paying on an as-use basis off of ours from their office.
The cost, from what I gathered that purchasing gave me, is $295.76 to cover to the end of the year, for the budget cycle.
How much was it?
$295.76.
You want me to send it, Bill?
So what happened?
Where would that come from, Matt?
Yeah, we're gonna have to, we'll work that in with the others for amendments we're gonna have to do for next quarter.
We can't order this until she has a line item to cover it.
Yeah.
And we've already waited 2 minutes, 2 meetings.
Okay, I need a motion to,
I'd like to get it done.
Okay, but I mean, we'll
Make a line item?
Yeah, we can, right now, we can just go ahead and figure out, can you see 295?
And then when you figure it out, put it back if you need to.
That's so moved.
okay, there's a motion?
Commissioner Wardlaw so moved.
Yeah. You need
I'll
a second, okay? Okay, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 4-0. Thank you, Juanita. Item 24, I
Don't leave.
need a motion to approve the HR monthly report
Just one.
with the, change on the salary for Bullard to read $56,131.19. Is that right, Sheriff?
Yes.
Okay. Need a motion for that?
Motion to approve.
There's a motion. Need a second?
Second.
Second. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, nobody, 4-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne. All right, item 25, monthly county audit report. I think all of you have it. Okay.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. And just for the record, Aaron wasn't here 2 weeks ago when he sent me a text, go get him back.
Okay, is there any questions or that you have on the budget, questions on the bills?
No. Any questions on the
No.
bills? All right, then I need a motion.
We'll bring it up during the budget. Okay.
Okay,
Thanks.
okay, there's a motion.
Did we have one?
I need a motion, I said.
I'll second it. I'll second it.
Second.
You need to.
Okay. There's a motion, a second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 4-0.
That's me today.
Do we need to go to executive session, Jason?
You have 26, Judge,
Wait.
on the travel.
Yeah. Okay. Item 26, request issuance of county credit card for Omar A. Fuentes to Jason Jordan's for travel.
Motion.
Okay, second.
That's the process you guys might want to look at going forward. We currently do have 49 credit cards scattered across the county, and we do have issues on those credit cards on a monthly basis. People using them accidentally, overcharged, hotel, didn't credit the right card, or debit the right card. So maybe going forward, that might be a process you guys want to look at coming into the budget cycle, as opposed to maybe having the card secured, and then before travel, you sign the card out and bring the card back with the receipts, something like that. Just something there, we're already almost 50, and it doesn't look like there's any end in sight. So there may be something that you guys want to look forward to try to control this.
Okay, there's a motion and a second.
Was that for me or just?
No.
Okay.
Kept
I just
looking
wanted to
at you,
make sure.
right?
Yeah, he kept looking at me, he's like,
had something to say about
"Hey, you're the main one.
You look guilty.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody, 4-0. Jason, do we need to go to executive session?
I don't think so, Judge.
Okay, thank you. If not, any approval subdivision plots? certificates of compliance. Okay. I need a motion to approve the monthly report from the elected office officials.
Motion approved.
There's a motion. Who second that? Who second? Okay, second. There's a motion and a second. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nobody. 4-0. Can I need approval of bills to be paid?
Except for except for payroll. Except for payroll. What else do you want? That's it?
It's just the payroll.
Okay. Motion approved.
Wait a minute, before,
Well, if they want to add it, they need to jump right in real quick.
okay, there's a motion, any second?
I'm not gonna say that until then.
Okay, there's a
No, I
motion.
second.
Second? All right. There's a motion, a second. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, all those opposed, nobody. 4-0. Thank you, ma'am. There's no comments from the judge. If nothing else, this meeting's adjourned.
Judge,